Calling in the energy for the divine feminine collective. April 20th through the 28th. Calling in the energy for the divine feminine collective. April 20th through April 28th. Okay, so for the divine feminine energy, it looks as though, I mean, overall the energy is looking good. We've got the lilies, which is a forecast for a happy life when close to the center here. We've got the center query, the divine feminine here. Then we have the anchor, which denotes the successful ventures, with the park, which is new love. The moon, when near, is a good omen. It predicts fortune. Wine is a symbol of cheerfulness and gaiety. Now, the foundation that the feminine is standing on here is the tower. So I think that's really, really interesting. It's kind of all around the feminine. We have a really happy, fortunate energy. And there's just a couple of places here, and it looks like in the immediate past, and some of the things that she's really had to build herself up on. So we've got the tower here, surrounded by clouds, denotes sickness, and if adjoining is death. So she's definitely had some tower moments that she's had to build herself up on, okay? And then behind that, you know, we do have the birds, you know, so the feminine has definitely had some really fierce enemies that she's had to overcome and some truly dire circumstances, okay? But from what we kind of see is moving all around this energy, right? Beyond what she's kind of had to come through, she's really moving her way into a much more powerful, much more happy area. So we're just gonna go ahead and go around one more time to just get some overall interacting energy, so we can just kind of see, this is immediately what the feminine is dealing with. So a lot of fortune, a lot of cheerful times, a lot of success and friends. But one thing that still may be showing up in her energy, just for something to be aware of, is that the feminine definitely does still have some enemies that if given the opportunity to get close to her, it looks as though do have some negative intentions, and that's something that the feminine, the divine feminine energy does need to be mindful of. I'm going to pull some clarifiers on this energy. Can you clarify the birds for the feminine energy? Okay, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is definitely a card that denotes, you know, maybe these could be some people that the feminine energy has been working with. Something, you know, she's got some enemies that have really been impacting and inflicting the hard work that she's been doing. Let me see if I can't get a little bit more clarification. So I just want the feminine energy in the collective right now to really be mindful. Okay, all right, and then what kind of came up here next, just for deeper clarification, was the Magician. All right, so for anybody that's been in this divine feminine, divine masculine collective for a while, we are aware, you know, that there's some negative energy workers. And so they're probably still busy, you know, and that's just something that the feminine energy is going to have to be aware of and stay mindful of, in regards to dealing with people, really being in tune with the energy that they bring. Because it does seem like we have some folks that are behind the scenes that are still working, they're still creating magic, and they're still trying to create some negative energy in the feminine's life, okay? And we can see that the feminine's already kind of been built on. I mean, she's made it through a lot of really difficult situations already. But it's not too concerning though, because the majority of the energy that's surrounding the feminine right now is really, really positive. It all speaks to fortune. It's a lot of really good omens for fortune and cheerfulness and gaiety. And there are the presence of some true friends. So there is going to be a level of discernment that's needed in the feminine energy in regards to who is truly there as a friend and a support system versus who's there to just kind of cipher the energy, to take advantage of being around her, and ultimately trying to create and cause havoc in her world, okay? And so, I mean, I think anyone who resonates at the divine feminine level is aware that unfortunately there are just those who are going to be in opposition to that energy, and so that it really hasn't changed. I'm not seeing anything that's any major red flags. I do, however, want to kind of take a look into, because crowning the feminine right here, we do have the anchor, which denotes successful ventures in business and love. Okay, so I really want to kind of go into that a little bit and see maybe what because we're kind of seeing what she's coming from, what's behind her a little bit, is the negative friendships, and she's already kind of risen up from some really difficult situations that kind of took her down, some tower situations, okay? Now let's see, kind of moving forward. Oh, comes up, wonderful, and the Two of Cups literally popped right out at it, okay? So just letting me know that the feminine is really getting ready to move into a time of love, of joy, of success, of fortune and cheerfulness. And it's just really about not allowing any of this kind of negative energy that she's aware of, okay? Because they're all finding themselves in positions where the feminine energy has either come out of them or risen above them. So it's nothing that she's really looking at, as you can see, okay? So it's none of the energy that she's looking at. It's all energy that's either in the past or below her. However, you know, it is still something that she does, even in moving forward, have to be aware of, okay? Because even though it's behind her, you know, these folks, as you can see, you know, they're busy, this energy, okay? And that's always just something to be mindful of for as much as we want to. So for the feminine energy here, I just wanted to say, make sure in anything that you're creating and developing for yourself, make sure that you have yourself and your projects protected, as well as you are cleaning out those negative relationships out of your life. Do not allow someone to continue. Wow. And so kind of to clarify this reading, we've got the King of Pentacles as well as the Victory, which really just lets me know that the feminine energy is moving into a period of financial security and really having a lot of victory over some of these more difficult situations that she's overcome. We're going to get some clarity on these towers that she's made her way through. Can you give me some clarity on the tower? Clarity on the tower. Are these situations something she still needs to be worried about, or is it just taking the lessons? Okay, wow. Beautiful. And we got the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia, just kind of remembering what was, which is letting me know that these towers, these difficult situations, they're in the past. And it is something that she's learned and grown from. And it's really about her taking those lessons and moving forward so she doesn't have to repeat those experiences, and she can really move into some of these higher aspects that she's coming forward in her life, okay? Because like I said, right above that, we have the Anchor, which is clarified by the Two of Cups, letting me know that the feminine is definitely moving into a loving situation in her life, a loving partner, soulmate connection. As I know, and I've talked to you guys, many of you, I'm a part of the collective that has moved into a more unified state with my twin, where, you know, we're communicating, and you know, it's less toxic and less of the runner chasers. So it makes sense to see this Two of Cups kind of showing up in the divine feminine energy, showing that she, you know, she's finding more of that love and support in her life, and through that, you know, she's feeling much more just stable and confident, and she's really moving into a space of victory in her life, okay? Let's see. Kind of, I love here that it shows that, you know, in her future, really what she has coming in and what she has to look forward to is this, a good omen. For her fortune. So I kind of want to take a look into the fortune for the divine feminine, because she's got this, which is, it denotes that she is getting ready to move into some fortune in her life. What can you show us for the feminine energy in regards to this fortune? All right, we got the Five of Pentacles. Can you clarify the Five of Pentacles? It's clarified by the Sun. Wow, that's a really powerful message. So what I'm getting in that, actually for the divine energy, is that this feeling of being outcast or being left out is actually almost like a blessing in disguise, almost where, you know, you got left outside only to find out that it was a beautiful day shining about for you, that type of energy. So, you know, it's really, you know, the message that I'm getting for the feminine collective right now is to just really be mindful of some of the experiences that you've had in the past, learn from them, hold on to them from a more nostalgic, lesson learned type of perspective in regards to the situations that you've been through. Be very discerning with the people from your past, people that you felt were enemies to you, people that you felt didn't have your good intentions at heart. It looks as though, you know, they're still working behind the scenes, trying to create, manipulate energies and create some discord in your life. So if there's anybody that you're questioning or second guessing, don't be afraid to just go ahead and cut those cords, or minimize the level of access they have to you. And the more that you do that, Five of Pentacles, you allow yourself, I almost want to say this is an energy of allowing yourself to be left out of the things that are no longer beneficial to you, actually puts you into that Sun energy. The Sun, as we know, is the most positive card in the deck, denoting extremely happy times, success, abundance, birthing, new ideas, just overall good, loving, happy, supportive, abundant, creative energy. And so really the message that I'm getting for the divine feminine right now is that that element or that feeling of maybe not allowing yourself to be included with people and things that you know are no longer of service to you, moving out of those tower situations and away from those negative friendships or toxic relationships, and allowing yourself to be left out of that really allows you to move in, right, into this Sun energy, which is creative and abundant and bountiful. and realizing that crowning you, you do have a loving, supportive relationship. And these relationships aren't always necessarily romantic, but they definitely can be. But nonetheless, you have loving, creative, loving, supportive relationships around you to help you during this time of feeling left out, you know. So maybe not allowing yourself to sink into those feelings of being left out too much, and really recognizing the blessings that are very, very much around you. Because ultimately with the lilies right here, it's just letting me know that even through some of the turmoil, there always was the essence of a very happy life available for the feminine, even though there were some extremely difficult situations in the past that the feminine has had to make her way through in order to kind of get into this area. But ultimately she's moving into King of Pentacles with Six of Wands, a very exciting, victorious, as well as financially abundant time in her life. Cheerfulness, gaiety, with also, and it also looks like there are some loyal friends that she has to count, that she can count on, and it's really a matter, seeing how these two stack on top of each other, it's truly just a matter of her being discerning, recognizing who the true friendships are versus those who, you know, are working behind the scenes, creating discord and havoc in her life, and identifying and kind of holding people accountable to the role that they've decided to play in these situations. All right, so that's the energy that we have for the Divine Feminine week of April 20th through the April 28th. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, as well as subscribe. And for further information on contacting us, see below. Of course, you can always follow me on Instagram at _cosmic dream. Cosmic_dream. That's on Instagram, or we are the Cosmic Journey Tarot on Facebook. So we look forward to connecting with you soon, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Bye.